Reasons why people become homeless: 60 to 67% of our homeless fall in these categories: domestic violence, loss of a job, death of a spouse or loved one, aged out of foster care, veteran, catastrophic illness, loss of a home or apartment due to foreclosure, fire, natural disaster, eviction, lack of affordable housing, physical disability. Not what most people think.
There's a lot that we do in our society for veterans and for homeless veterans. It's not enough. And it's not enough because you have good people like Paul Venti and others that are working as hard as they can to cobble together as many resources as they can to take care of people who committed themselves and sacrificed themselves for taking care of all of us. But let's not ever forget, as this fight goes on, and as we work to take care of people who deserve it and who have earned it, that as long as we're giving epic tax breaks to the wealthy and don't have enough left over to care for the people who sacrifice themselves abroad in dangerous situations for us, then that is a shameful misappropriation of priorities by our country, and we should be ashamed of it and keep fighting against it.
What this corporation hopefully is going to be able to accomplish for veterans and homeless veterans is to provide medical assistance, food, housing, provide transportation.
We lost one of our apprentices back in 2005. He was going out on a mission to get intelligence, and we lost his whole squad that day. And our training facility is named after him. His name is David Khalid, and we have the Gold Star parents right here of David. On behalf of all these folks up here in Local 777, we'd like to present you with this poster, When I Was a Child. This is a book she wrote. She's been to 14 major cities and asked all these homeless people what they wanted to be when they grew up. And that's their answers. And she's got a program called Snug as a Bug. She's right here, and she's going to say a few words about some blankets that she makes. They're weighted blankets that helps veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder, or anybody with post-traumatic stress. It could be a first responder, a veteran.
I have spouses that reach out to me. I haven't been able to sleep in the bed with my husband or my wife for 10 years due to the night tremors, due to the bad dreams, the PTSD that keeps them just tossing and turning in the night. And 2 days after they receive the blanket, that spouse will write back and say, "Oh my goodness, I just spent 2 nights sleeping all night with my husband, my wife."
Every day I go out and I want to change one person a day to look at a homeless person the way I do. That is somebody's brother out there, somebody's father, somebody's mother or sister. My brother died in the woods, and his remains were found in October. My twin brother Brian was homeless. This is known as a Brian bag. It has water, socks. This one has deodorant. Usually they have toothbrush or toothpaste.
She wrote a book, When I Was a Child. That poster right there. She asked all these homeless folks, what do you want to be when you grow up?
And I asked her, I said, what do you miss? And she said, I miss being able to take a hot shower whenever I want. I miss being able to make a grilled cheese on a whim. I miss having my books in a bookcase. I miss being able to do homework at a desk. I miss having my clothes hang in a closet instead of stuffed in bags. He said to me, I never thought at 50 I would be on the street. I've been getting so many tickets for sleeping on the ground. I have no place to go.
You made a statement that I didn't think that I'd end up being homeless, was one of the quotes. Well, if you talk to somebody who's struggling with drugs or alcohol, I never thought I'd end up being an alcoholic. I never thought I'd end up being an addict. And one way that you can remove the stigma and start the education process is to remember that addiction is not a moral failing. It's a disease.
I was not a veteran. I was robbed. I was dragged to the side of the highway and left for dead. Ever since then, I've known how people felt. All I found is myself going nowhere. Myself literally living on a couch. And when I did get off that couch, and when I did find my footings, when I did actually get stability in my life, I started dedicating every moment that I had, every spare second that I had, to helping people who were in the same position that I once was.
What do you miss the most? Just like you heard from some of these other folks, I miss a hot shower. And he does that. Everybody steps up to the plate and volunteers. They donate the food. He goes to the supermarkets. They donate food. This guy is my idol. Steve Zen is my idol. Here's a guy that was locked up for 14 years, turned his whole life around, and each and every single day of his life, he's working with the homeless.
It's not a job for just one or two people. It's a whole village that has to help the homeless.
When all these people just come together for the better good of other people, it's amazing what you could do.
Today, we are going to give Paul a donation check so he can help the homeless.
If you don't try, you never know what you can do.
We all learned when we were little kids, actions speak far louder than words. Your actions speak volumes.
Make somebody smile. And that's what it's all about. Put a smile on somebody's face. Each and every day of your life, do one act of kindness. Just one act of kindness. You'll make a world of difference.